Every town in America has a few things in common. But what makes a place home?
My biggest thing when I'm going from this place, I want to leave a better area. I want to leave, if I can, a better Dalton, because my kids grew up here. So I want to make sure that they have an opportunity.
For Carlos Ramirez, this is what opportunity sounds like. He opened a coffee shop. His sister manages the business.
Sometimes it's really stressful, but it's running everywhere, but I love it.
Marissa is now a legal permanent resident, but for several years, she was in the DACA program.
All right.
Carlos and his wife own 6 businesses on East Morris Street in Dalton. They lease space to several others. Carlos says several of the people employed here are, or at some point were, DACA recipients.
There's a crisis in your district tonight.
Back in October, I asked the member of Congress who represents this neighborhood about DACA.
What actually happens if DACA goes away, and then what is your plan?
Well, Josh, first and foremost, I swore an oath to the Constitution, and I represent the citizens of the United States of America, not DACA recipients.
Congresswoman Greene also said this.
The only thing that I'm going to do to represent Northwest Georgia and Georgia's 14th District and the workers and the businesses there is to legislate and vote so that they have a strong economy, they have job opportunities that will not be stolen by people that are illegally invading our country to steal their jobs.
More than half of the people who live in Dalton are Hispanic, as are more than 80% of the students at Dalton High. The owner of this Dalton restaurant is State Rep Casey Carpenter. He has witnessed the Hispanic population grow here over the last 3 decades.
They root for the Falcons, they root for the Braves. These are Georgians and everything but citizenship.
My dad took me to my first Braves game, and he told me that baseball is like life. You may be losing at the top of the inning, but you always remember that you always have a shot to bat and to fight for your win.
Jaime Rangel moved to Dalton in the 2nd grade. He's a DACA recipient and now works in Atlanta for Forward.us. Rangel and Carpenter have worked on a bill to give DACA recipients in Georgia in-state tuition.
We're talking about a labor shortage going on right now. We need an educated and a skilled workforce right now.
Forward calls itself a bipartisan political organization. The group studied DACA in the Northwest Georgia Congressional District. They found there are roughly 3,000 recipients in the district who generate more than $200 million in annual revenue, and they pay $43 million per year in taxes. Carlos Ramirez and his family have worked for years to bring the community together, provide jobs, and in turn add to those revenue and tax dollars.
I still think that we haven't done enough. I think we need to do more.
Again, there is so much of the future of DACA that is unclear. On our website, you can find the methodology used by Forward.us for the study that we mentioned. I also reached out to local economists around the area searching for any similar studies conducted on the impact of DACA on Northwest Georgia. We were not able to locate any studies on this specific topic. We have the list of schools we contacted on our website. I also contacted Marjorie Taylor Greene's office for any numbers they have on DACA in the district. They have not responded to that. And on that in-state tuition bill proposed in the Georgia State House, legislation was in the Rules Committee when the session ended last year. Casey Carpenter told me he's optimistic the bill will move forward this session. So I personally emailed and called each of these Georgia state lawmakers who work for you in our Georgia counties. Only received one response. That was from Mike Cameron from Rossville. He told me he does not support that proposal.